Marian Kutarna, and I am the manager of the Arts and History Department here at Central Library.
My name is Karen Mays. I'm a photographer, and I'm working out of the Erin Meadows Library on Roots and Branches.
We're Department of Unusual Certainties. My name is Christopher Pandolfi.
I'm Simon Rabinyuk.
We are working with Meadowvale Branch and Burnham Thorpe.
My name is Immony.
And I'm Maegan Broadhurst.
And we're going to be working at the Port Credit Library.
My name is Faisal Anwar. The title of the project is My City Stories, and I'm working with Mississauga Central Library. It's 300 City Center.
My name is Camille Turner, and I'm not sure what the title of my project is yet. And in fact, I don't know what library I'm going to be working with yet, but I have gone to Heritage Mississauga, and I spoke to the staff there, and that was really exciting, just getting a start on this project by doing that.
The thing that's different about this project is that it's a partnership, a very dynamic partnership between the library and the gallery, the Art Gallery of Mississauga, and it's about engaging people. It's about the making of art and the engaging of people in the community to be a part of it, rather than just the final result of a representation on a canvas. So that's appealing. That's appealing to us.
My project is Many Faces, One Portrait, and my goal is to photograph as many Mississauga community members as possible.
My City Stories is a project which I conceived a few years back with the 175th anniversary, Toronto anniversary. This project was initially started with Toronto and then extend from a different part of the world. I'm right now getting stories from 9 different countries. And the whole premise and the idea of the project is to reach out to the community and engage them in a more sort of organic way, where they can sit on their desktop or on their devices and share their personal stories about their neighborhoods, about their different memories or different relationships with the space, and the project talks about your personal space and your physical space in urban settings.
So currently what we're trying to do is collect a number of different pieces of information from our branches and also from the library system as a whole. So we've been going out and interviewing people at the library, asking them a bunch of different kind of qualitative questions about how they feel about the different spaces. And our next endeavor is actually going to the mall during Christmas season and interviewing people with a kind of device that we're creating, a voting system about the different uses of the library, with the general question, do you use the library?
Yeah, so I think the general concept is to not telegraph what we're going to do or project something into the future, but develop a series of tactics and let the next tactic come from the earlier tactic. And so, as Chris described, what we're doing now is just collecting information.
I'm really interested in Black geographies across Canada and activating them using sonic walks. So using sound and music, walking through the space and interacting with it. I am bringing the history to life.
We're interested in emotional geographies, so we're going to work with the community members within the library to get an understanding of
what Port Credit means to them, so their own emotional geography.
A library today is more about books and databases. It's a place for people to come to connect to others, to connect to ideas, whether the ideas are in conversation with others, or the ideas are actually from articles from a database, or the ideas are from art on the wall, or a chance to connect with a videographer and tell your story, or hear somebody else's story, your neighbor's story. So the library is a place to connect and be inspired and learn.
I think of it as examining connections in the community. As I was thinking about what I wanted to do, I thought about how to best represent, in my way, the connections that form between people in Mississauga and communities in general, and how I'd like to represent that.
Generally, we always look for two kinds of information. Stuff that kind of information that's based on people's like feelings and thoughts about the library. So what their perceptions about the library are, what they think it actually is, as opposed to what also our research is looking at what it actually is now and what they perceive it to be, to everything from simple things like trying to get qualitative data from them as well, like how often do you visit the library, 1 to 5 times a year, 5 to 10 times. So we try to mix this kinds of different types of information so we can get a kind of larger view of kind of the situation, I think.
Well, what my plan is now is to work with the library and constantly engage the people who are coming there. Look at the archival stuff there, and also try to engage the people in the library, and to extend from that, it's basically will be a web-based project. So it's basically I'll be reaching out to the communities in the whole Mississauga area and sort of find a way to reach out to them to get their stories.
What we'd really like to do is create a citizen-made reference library that gives them material about what everyone thinks about Port Credit. So that's like kind of what we're doing. So like if we do a bookmaking workshop, we'll have a certain amount of books like discussing Port Credit. So we kind of want to like build up this material.
I'm not quite sure what I'll be showing in the gallery. What I will be doing though is a walk that people can take throughout the areas that I'm exploring, and I'm not sure where that's going to be yet, but it's going to be an exploration in different spaces in the city. So so people will be able to engage in that way, and I will think of something that I'm going to be doing in the gallery, but at this point I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. It's going to be very exciting though, putting it together, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge. And
what surprised me about the types of people I saw in the library was all the different kinds of things they're doing, and what a source of information and community resource, not just for reading but for learning. Becoming people working on their computers, using the internet terminals, going to book club, story time. There's so much happening at the library. That was something eye-opening to me.
Oftentimes our approach is not to realize these projects by defining a specific group of people and waiting for them to come to us, but it involves us going to them. And through that, they become like implicated in the process of making something in a very real way. And due to the nature of our practice, which always kind of evolves through posing questions and trying to discover answers, you know, they get those questions posed to them, and they get, you know, again, implicated in this process of reflection about, you know, whatever issue, whether it's how to operate a small business in Windsor, Ontario, or about the future of steel manufacturing in Hamilton, or about, you know,
the value of water.
The value of water in York Region or whatever. So.
Well, I think for us, when we go in to do a project, we always like to work within like the existing structures of something, because after all, this is about the community and like what they think, and working with what they're comfortable with and what they already know is the best way for us. We don't like to be very invasive. So what we're doing is, when we saw that they do a lot of this programming, we decided that we would do some of our own.
This is exactly what I'm planning in the next 3 months, is to find those entry points and find those different means, because every city has its own dynamic, every city has its own sort of way to engage the community. So next 3 months, this is what I'm planning to find those ways and means how I can engage them more, with the project and find those questions around it?
I'm going to be working with a group of youth to tell their own stories. So this project that I'm doing will be used as sort of a way to explore space and time. And I want to work with the community, so they're doing their own explorations as well. So using that forum to enable their own relationship to the land and to the histories there.
Cool.
We're developing a very dynamic partnership between the library and the gallery. And I think it's because we are both kind of two peas in a pod. We both care about the community, and we both want to engage the community and inspire, teach, learn from the community, give something back to the community, create stronger communities where people know each other. I think the gallery and the library are on the same page.